Are you from IT field and you are playing a role of project manager or product manager and you are not happy with your role because you have to go through lots of friction as part of people management activity in your project? So in this video, we are going to talk about some basic skills and the most important skill required to master your journey as a management professional. So let's see what all those skills. So, as part of your IT manager career path, we are going to see some common features or common skills required as a management keys. Then we are going to see two prominent role. One is product owner and second one is project management and what skill required to be a more effective project manager and product owner. So starting with the first thing, that is management keys. So we have whole lots of things which you need to take care as project management skill. So starting with the first key thing, the coordination with the key stakeholders of the project. So when you are in a management activity, you need to be in a touch with right stakeholders. So the people who influence the decision, proximity with the decision makers, those are the key people of influence in the group. So you need to maintain proximity with those people. The people, those who shout about budget escalation. Core team and building technical team is another activity where you need to play the attention. Monitoring and grooming team member, that is under mentorship, is very important role as a coordination activity. Setting up the culture of cooperation and learning in the team, that is very, very important. So continuous learning and continuous development should be motto of your management activity. Take organization, vision and mission to imbibe in team and team members. So you need to take that overall organization vision and mission and completely put it into your team members. So that is the thing you need to take care as a coordination and while dealing with the key stakeholders. Coming to the next part, which is project level mission. So many times we have mission and vision defined at the organization level, but it is good to define that mission and vision at the project level also. So it gives different direction and vision to your project. Coming to the next part, which is very important, that is code of honor. So when you work in a team and as a manager, you need to come up with your own basic principles as a code of honor. So when you define code of honor and when you propagate about those things, team needs to follow those code of honor principle. So in general, your code of honor should not be more than 7-8 principle with which team needs to work on continuously. So whenever you start your discussion within the team, you need to start with mission, vision, and the code of honor. So when you play the role of manager, the most important thing is motivation, celebration, and appreciation. So you need to keep on motivating your team, telling them that inspirational stories. You need to take them on team lunch, team level outing. So I have seen when you go for team building kind of activity, so that's where people comfort level increases with each other and they will be more open up while coordinating with each other. Awards by default, it plays very important role. Birthday celebration is another activity which boosts up the morale of the team and team members. Coming to the next part, that is stakeholder management. So as part of the stakeholder management, you need to deal with your team members. So that's where team engagement plays very important role. Client engagement also plays very important role, and business engagement. So when you are dealing with the business people, you need to keep on that engaging activities. Establish the culture of calculated mistake and failure. So what I've seen in IT field, if anybody does any mistake or if it causes some hamper to the project, people are very aggressive and that impacts that person very negatively. So in order to build the culture of innovation and creativity, you need to encourage doing the mistakes and failure. So when people do the mistake and there are some failure by which they learn a lot of things. So you need to establish the culture of mistake and failure. It could be moderate or severe mistake, but I'll highly encourage doing that culture of innovation and creativity. Handling project budgets, that is another important activity you need to do as part of the management activity. Then establishing processes and system by default, it is very important. Defining project team structure, manage backup plan. So you need to take those additional 1 or 2 team members within your team and you need to allocate that additional budget also, because nowadays people leave the team within 1 year or within 2 years. So you need to come up with that backup plan not only at people level but also at the project level. You need to think from backup kind of activities. New team member onboarding and KT plan at team and project level, access documentation at project or team level. So you need to prepare that document and plan that KT where it will be easy onboarding for the team member. It should be hassle free. So that you need to take care as part of the manager. Project or task management. So you can use Agile Scrum methodology as a Scrum owner, or Jira tool handling to and its report generation. That should be your master area. Project documentation, you need to encourage your team members for project documentation continuously, because when you document your project journey, it's very easy to refer back it, and you can easily induce new team member within the team. So right, that's where you can use SharePoint, wiki pages, and share drives to maintain the documentation. Team evaluation is again typical activity which you need to carry out as project manager. So that's where mid-term evaluation and year-end evaluation plays very important role. Then understand the organization level policies. So as a project manager, what I have seen, people go and join the new organization and they become project manager there. But any team member comes with the questions related with policy. So most of the cases, this project manager redirect them to the HR or any person which is outside the team. So what I feel personally, when you join as a project manager, you need to know the organizational level policies in a very well way. So that's where you need to understand leave policies, insurance policies, hiring process, security policies, bonus or extra work payment policies. So whatever common policies are there where team member ask most of the questions, and as a manager you need to know, please read and at least get acquainted with those policies, so that you will be in a better position to answer any queries related with those policies. So another thing which you need to plan as a manager, that is holiday and its activity. So if there is any holiday, what kind of things you need to do as part of your support or project development activity. Present work to the higher management to pull project budget. So there will be a time when the project budget allocation will take place, and that's where you need to represent your work very diligently to the higher management, and you need to pull out that project budget. Manage hiring requirement and building interview panel and process. So it is again very important thing. So you need to predict your hiring things and manage your hiring process, so that you need to build up interview panel. Progress tracking. So again, it is very common activity as a manager. Another thing which is very important when it comes to the management role. So even if you are not technically good person as a manager, it doesn't matter, but you need to be very good in your soft skills. So that's where your communication skills, storytelling skills, persuasion skill, handling difficult discussion, team building, negotiation, empathy, building trust, leadership, open-minded, anger and ego management, very important skill you need to adapt as a manager. Mentorship skill, effective email communication, basic sales and marketing skills you need to adapt as part of your manager career. So that's where you need to know digital marketing, social media marketing, brand building. These are the common marketing skills at least you need to know as a project manager. Risk management and handling, time management and productivity, self authority, that is very important skill you need to master when you are dealing as a manager. Adaptive learning, effective feedback giving, effective delegation, these are some of the important skills you need to master as part of your manager journey. Coming to the next part, that is triple E. So you need to continuously encourage, empower, and embrace new changes within your team. So you need to be a master of task delegation and ownership building within the team, right? Coming to the certification part, so as a manager you can do PMP certification, which is very popular, but as part of your support activity, if you want to go for ITIL and Prince 2 certification, that is also good. And Agile Scrum Master, that is again common certification I have seen being acquired by a manager. So that is the common key management skills you need to adapt as part of your manager journey. Coming to the next part, that is project management. So as part of project management, you need to know software development life cycle, right? And that's where V model, which is sequential development of the software. Then agile model, that is where Scrum and Kanban methodologies come into the picture. Waterfall model, that is again typical approach, which is very popular as a traditional software development. So you need to know that software development life cycle. Project management, so you need to know Atlassian project, Asmela, UTrack, Trello, and MS Project. This some of the software you need to understand as part of your project management journey. So you may need to create some diagram, you need to create some budget, timelines. So these tools are very useful. Team building by default, it is very important activity. And as part of your project manager, you need to give right accesses to the team member, expenses approval, travel approval, and certification approval. These are common activities when it comes to the manager's approval. Proposal writing is another activity where you need to master. So that's where you need to be very good in your copywriting skills. Client engagement, collaboration meeting with business owner, expectation review meeting. So these are some of the meetings you need to set up with your clients. And apart from that, you can set up that one-on-one meeting with each and every team member within your team, so that you will get to know what is going within your team and you can easily connect with the team members. Identify opportunities and increase team and billing. So as a project manager, this is very important role when you specifically in the service-based industry. So as a manager, this is your most important role where you need to continuously identify opportunities to expand your team and increase the billing of your team, right? So that's where your role as a manager plays very important role. Plan on-site travel and visa requirement. That is another activity where I have seen managers are involved. Team hiring and interview panel formation. Already we have talked about it. Performance evaluation, again, that is important activity. So you need to coordinate with the team member, define their objective and team members' performance goal as part of the performance evaluation. Meet auditing and functional QA requirement. That is another activity I have seen extensively being managed by the managers. So there will be some auditing and some functional QA requirements will be there, and you need to be prepared in that direction. Organizational group or project level events. So team building events, year-end events, internal games event, innovation weeks, Tech Fest and Hackathon, team and group lunch. So these are common activities you need to be part of, or at least you need to initiate all these activities as a project management and organizational manager work. And another most important activity as part of the continuous learning and continuous development is training plan. So you need to continuously upskill, reskill, and cross-skill your team member to meet your future requirement. So these are the most common activities I have seen as a project manager. Now coming to the next part, that is product owner. Now the role of project manager and product owner are different. So project manager is more on management side, and that role is more suitable for service-based industry. But when it comes to the product-based industry, you need to play the parallel role as a product owner. So let's see what is there as a product owner. So first thing about product owner is he has to have deep level knowledge of the product tools and the technology. That is very important. Then business and domain understanding you need to acquire as per your product requirement. Define customer avatar. So when you play the role of product owner, you need to understand the requirements in very best manner, and that's where you need to define the role of your customer avatar. I mean, who will be your customer, what pain and problem they are facing, so that you can provide the right solution to them. So that's where your understanding of end user problems, defining the need of the project solution, targeted industry audiences, age group, professional, demographic, all these things you need to define as part of your customer avatar. Continuous feedback from end user and customer so that you can bring those necessary changes and enhancement within your product. Strategies, product features, and release plan. So you need to list down all the things related with your project, and you need to give that priority. So when and what kind of feature you are going to release. Define DevOps, pipeline and its implementation. So CI/CD pipeline plays very important role when it comes to the role as a product manager, because there will be continuous deployment and new changes you will be releasing, and that's where the automation of DevOps pipeline plays very important role. Continuous market research and on product and services. So you need to be in a research mode when you are playing the role of product manager, and that's where you need to keep on attending various events where new ideas and new things are being talked about. So that's where your role as a market research engineer plays important thing. Identify tactical and strategic solution, encourage innovation and creativity within the team. So even if suppose there is any failure or some error and mistake while doing some innovative idea implementation, you should encourage doing those mistakes and error within the team, because it encourages the calculated risk and the culture of innovation and creativity. So always I recommend management people, please encourage the culture of mistakes and error. Means it should not be deliberate in that case, but somebody is trying to do something, and if he does that error and mistake within the project, which may hamper, it may hamper in terms of monetization, but you should encourage, because that is the way you can bring innovation and creativity within your team. Product and marketing and costing. Product marketing and costing plays very important role. So how you package your product in terms of different module and its costing, that is very important activity you need to play along with the marketing people as a product owner. Team building is very important role. So you need to define your core team, then you need to define your support team. That's where L1, L2, L3, this tier kind of team building activity as a support team plays very important role. Product operation team, so the team which will handle the operational things, means actual selling and bringing that cash flow and dealing with the end user as a front end team. So that's where product operation team is very important role, team building activity. And product testing team is again another team you need to build as a product owner. Review and retrospective scrum analysis. If you are using that agile scrum methodology within your project as a product owner, you may need to do that review and retrospective scrum analysis. Another thing which is very important as a part of product owner, strong technical understanding. So I have seen some product owners, they are good in handling people, but they are weak in terms of their technical knowledge. So that is not the exception when you are playing the role of product owner, because as a product owner, you need to understand technology very well. So building robust and reusable framework, design pattern, technical documentation. So these things you need to initiate so that your product will be doing really quality work, and that will be helping to solve the problems of the users in a quality way. Collaboration and affiliate marketing is another role you may need to play with marketing team as a product owner, and keep abreast of the market and industry trends. That is very crucial, because nowadays technology changes very fast. There are lots of things happening in the market, and you need to be well versed with those changes by subscribing to the various group and right platform. So these are the qualities you need to adapt as part of your product manager. So this is all about your journey as a IT manager career path. So please put in the chat window what management key skills you are going to adapt from this video. Then if you are a manager or product owner, please put in the comment section what skill you like the most and which you plan to learn in coming days. So this is all about management career path. Thank you for listening.